Hey there, this is Amelia here. Welcome to Amelia's crossdressing story. Today we are going to share a story called Trip to Paris Part 38. By Teddy. For more interesting and exclusive stories, please subscribe to my channel and support me at Patreon. The day after Christmas, in the evening, Ronnie and Jamie were taking a walk through their favorite parts of Brest. They stopped at a favorite spot for a drink and sat in a booth in a dark corner and knit like the two lovers that they are. And, as they walked back out onto the street, Ronnie turned to Jamie and gave her a deep kiss. When they broke the kiss, Jamie asked, "What was that for?" "It was because I love you so much. And I want the world to know." They do. When they got back to their flat, Jamie said, "I've been cold before. But now my butt is even cold." "You have to suffer to look as cute as you do in that short skirt," Ronnie said, "and I bet I know a way that I can warm you up." A few days after New Year's, Ronnie and Jason were packing the last of their things for their move back to the States. All of Jamie's things had been shipped back, along with most of their things. And they were going to stay with Ronnie's parents for a few days before their flight. As they were taking a last walk through the flat, checking to be sure they had everything, the phone rang. Ronnie answered it. "Hello. Why are you calling me?" "No. I won't forgive you. You hurt me very badly. And, like I've already told you, I want nothing more to do with you." And she hung up. Jason asked, "Ariane, I'll bet?" What did she want? Yes. She wanted to make up before we left. I bet that won't happen. That's one bet that you would win. On their arrival back in the States, Ronnie and Jason were met by his parents and both of his sisters. They were expecting his parents and maybe Mary, but not Beth. Beth had moved into an apartment with her fiancé just before they had gone to France. After all the greetings were over, Ronnie asked Beth, "Where's Peter?" Beth became sad, as she said, "We broke up." "What? Why?" "We fought a lot, and he was very controlling." As she hugged her sister-in-law, Ronnie said, "Beth, I'm so sorry." "Don't be. I'm over him, and I'm actually happier. I just wish I'd have seen this in him before, and not wasted my time." Ronnie could tell that Beth was still upset over the breakup, even though she was denying it. Ronnie and Jason were staying with his parents until they found an apartment. And that's where all their things had been shipped. Unlike when they went to France, most of their boxes were left unopened. But a few that had been marked clothes had been opened, and some of the things unpacked and placed in the closet and chest of drawers. As Jason was carrying their bags to his old room, Beth followed him upstairs. She stood at the door to his room as he set the suitcases on the bed and opened them. She just watched him for a while as he started to unpack, then she asked, "Can I help?" "It's all right, sis," Jason replied, "there isn't much." I see Jamie went to France with you." Jason turned and looked at his sister and asked, "How do you know?" "I was helping Mom unpack some of your things, and I opened the box with her things in it. I thought that you might have stored her things with your furniture. I can go that long without becoming Jamie." "Did it bother you seeing her things?" "Not really. At first I thought it would. But it didn't." "You really like being her, don't you?" "Yes. Mary and I had another long talk about you. And I guess Jamie is really something that is part of you." "Yes, she is. So, I'm not a freak anymore?" "I'm really sorry I called you that." "You're not a freak. I've learned that. Thank you for that. But I thought that you didn't want anything to do with her." I didn't, but I guess she's all right." "She is. She's really just another part of me. Someone to have fun with." "Did Jamie go out while you were in France?" "A number of times. Even to Paris for a couple of days." "Is it fun being Jamie?" "Sure. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't." "Why all the questions?" "I guess I'm just curious." "Curious about what?" Why you do it? You know. I don't really know why I like to dress as a girl. It just started when I was young. Actually, with some of your things. And just grew with me. It feels good when I do it. And it feels right. It feels right? It's hard to explain. It feels like I'm another person. A girl. You. You don't want to be a girl. Do you? No. Ronnie asked me that once. I'm happy this way. Being able to switch between Jason and Jamie. And Ronnie really enjoys this? Yes. Without her, Jamie wouldn't exist the way she does. Ask her sometime. I will. Just then their mother called up that dinner was almost ready and to come downstairs. As Jason was walking past Beth, she grabbed him and hugged him. Then whispered, I'm so glad you're home. Me too, sis. I missed all of you, he whispered back. Right after dinner, Beth and Ronnie disappeared for a long time, leaving Mary and Jason to do the dishes. When they reappeared, Ronnie smiled at Jason and mouthed, I love you. He just smiled at her. As our couple was cuddling together in bed that night, Jason asked, where did you disappear to with Beth? She wanted to talk. About what? You and me. Her and Peter. Us? Actually, Jamie. What did you tell her? Everything. Everything? Well, almost everything. I left out the really juicy parts. And she asked one very interesting question. What was that? How she could find someone as gentle as you. You're kidding? No. I guess that Peter wasn't very nice to her. Like what? He beat her. What? Please don't tell her I told you. I promised her that I wouldn't. Your mom and dad don't even know. Why did she stay with him? It's one of those things. She still thought she loved him even though he hurt her physically and mentally. That son of a bitch. That's mild to what I called him. But he's gone now, actually moved out of state. Good riddance. I hope I never see him. Is Beth all right? Physically, yes. But mentally, I'm not sure. We had a good cry together. And she said that she felt a lot better now that we were back. I did suggest that she see Mark. So, Beth wants to find a crossdresser? No. I don't think so. She just knows how gentle you are and wants someone like you. How gentle am I? Gee, lover, I don't know. Just how gentle are you? Why don't you show me, then I'll tell you. Almost an hour later, Jason asked, so, how gentle am I? Like a butterfly landing on a hand. But, what you do drives me absolutely crazy. Within a week, our couple had found an apartment, again not too far off campus, and had settled in. Jason still had one term to complete before graduating. Their first guests were Amy and Linda, who were over for Friday night pizza and wine. Amy and Linda listened intently to what Ronnie and Jason told them about their stay in France. Amy became upset with the way Ariane had treated Ronnie, but loved what they did to her after they got over the shock of Ronnie allowing herself to be recorded having sex with her. Linda actually quipped, "Can we see?" "No," Ronnie replied, "no one is going to see that ever again." "But, lover," Jason said with a grin, "I was going to set up a webpage and sell it online." With a glare that only Ronnie could come up with, she said, "Pa drôle, amant. Not funny, lover. D soul. Vous saves KJE blog. Sorry. You know I was kidding." "Hey, you too," Amy said, English. Ronnie said, "Sorry. But, we're used to French. And, sometimes it just comes out when I get a little upset." I just told Jason that it wasn't funny. And, he said, that he was joking and was sorry. Changing the subject, Linda asked, "So, Jamie was out in public a lot?" "Yes. It was a lot of fun." Not worrying about someone recognizing you or Ronnie being seen out with a girl and kissing in public. Kissing in public. You two are so bad, Amy said. We did get some real looks, Ronnie said, a lot of frowns and some smiles. Are you still worried about being red? Linda asked Jason. You know, not really, Jason replied, especially when we were in breast. Here maybe a little. But I got to the point that I didn't care. I was being my feminine self, and if someone read me, oh well, they'd get over it. In fact, I think the way I was treated at the drag club in Paris that had a lot to do with it. Ronnie added, you should have seen him, I mean her, she was 100% girl. The girl that had read her our first time at the club couldn't believe that Jamie was really a guy. If anyone should have been able to read her as a guy, she should have. And I didn't care if anyone thought we were a L couple or not. It looks to me, Amy said, as if Jamie is now really her own person. And that the 4 months in France brought her out completely as a girl. That is so cool. Speaking of 4. Linda said, when are the 4 amigos going out? You pick it, Jason said. Or, do you want to make it the 6 amigos? 6? Sarah and Vicky. You want to turn the 6 of us girls loose on this city? That could get dangerous. Dangerous, but fun. Amy helped Ronnie take the dishes to the kitchen, and while they were there, Amy quietly said, I felt a pang of jealousy when you told us about Ariane. Really? Ronnie replied. Yes. I didn't think I still felt that way about you. Love. We had a one-time thing, and I loved it. But I have my girl's lover in Jamie. And my guy's lover in Jason. I know you do. And I love Linda as much as you love Jamie. Maybe it was more a pang of disgust for what Ariane was doing. No. I felt that too. Love. I will never, ever, cheat on Jason again. It just hurt both of us too much. I know, and I would never ask you to do that. I just had to tell you. I know. It's good to talk about things. Amy looked at Ronnie and gave her a sisterly kiss. When they walked back into the living room, Ronnie asked, well, when are we going out on the town? Linda looked at Amy and said, tomorrow night? Fine by me, Amy replied. Ronnie said, sounds good. What about Sarah and Vicky? Call them. Ronnie picked up the phone, made a call, and after a bunch of welcome backs and how are you exchanges, she asked Sarah and Vicky to join them tomorrow night for a girls' night out. As she hung up, Ronnie said, I hope this town is ready for the 6 of us. They need to know that we're back in town, Jason said with a grin. That's all for now. See you in the next video. For more interesting stories, please subscribe to our channel, and for exclusive content, please join us on Patreon. Link in the comment.